Hey everyone, and welcome back to Everybody Looking for Tomato. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, share, ring that post notification bell button, and comment down below. Today, I'm having another eating show, which is ramen noodles, the vegan type noodles, which are so delicious. The Sunam noodles. They sell it at H Mart. I have 2 boiled eggs, and the last drink I bought from the Dollar Tree haul 2 videos ago. And let's try it. Yeah, boo-boo, some eating with one hand. I feel like this is a challenge. Tie one hand behind your back and eat like that. Your non-dominant hand, because I'm a lefty. I don't know who else is a lefty out there. Shout out to my lefty people and my Capricorn people, because I'm a big Capricorn. I don't know. I just love my sign. People don't like my sign, but I like it. I like my sign. That's good. I think, I don't know, because I love raspberry. I would say raspberry number is 1, this is 2, and the other one is 3. But a lot of people will love this. I don't know how long it's been out. I know that I barely get out much. When I see something, I think it's new. Okay, so I'm eating some ramen noodles. So yeah. I think I overcooked it. I added some Korean garlic paste, the pepper paste, to give it a little oomph. Yeah, this is definitely a challenge. I haven't ate since 10 o'clock last night. It's like nearly 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I've been in bed all morning. All day. Because when they give you medication, those medications drug you up. Like, you feel like you just want to sleep. Get some egg. I was gonna buy food and what? Technically, I was gonna run out. I was gonna run out today, but I kept sleeping, kept laying in my bed. I'm like, I don't want to go nowhere. Next week, Monday, definitely. Is back to doing errands and going to appointments and all that stuff. Yep. But I'm just gonna take the rest of the week and the weekend to chill, to recover, because I can't be pushing myself. And you need to sleep for your body to recover. See, I slept all day today. And my arm feels good. Like, good. You know, like any movement that I do, it don't hurt me. And I'm not even on medication. I haven't taken medication since hubby left with the baby to daycare and to work. So that was like, what, 8 o'clock in the morning? And I haven't popped a pill since, and it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon now. So sleep is a must. If a lot of you don't know, well, sometimes I want to talk about stuff, but I want to sit down with my husband so he can elaborate. But I'm just going to talk about the dating world. I haven't been in the dating world a little over 5 years now, because I've been with my husband for 5 years. We've been married 3 years. But before then, I've been in the dating world for a lot of years, like mostly my 20s. And I say that a lot of people, a lot of kids in their 20s should date, should honestly date, you know, figure out what you like, what you don't like. You know, if you don't have a steady partner, if you don't have a road dog, somebody that would, you know, ride or die for you, you know, that completes you, that, you know, that's your best friend basically, and your lover, I would say date around. I've dated for a long time. I suffered a lot with relationships, and it wasn't like, I never chose bad men for relationships, but they weren't completing me, let alone listening to me. And I started dating, like, you know, and a lot of people ask me, you know, sometimes that people that don't know me, that get to know me, they're like, oh, where did you meet your husband? And I'm like, I met him online on a iPhone app, you know, and that's how I meet, you know, men, is online. When I was single, I would go online and meet them, and talk to them for a very long time, because I wanted to get to know them and see if I really wanted to meet them. Like, people used to say, oh, you're antisocial. Like, I used to go out and party a lot, but I could talk to people and talk to men, but I would never take them serious. I always thought that they were just flirting innocently, or just trying to see how far they could go and all that. And that's true in the real world, in the online world. Men try to see how far they can go. But I could never meet anybody in person. And anytime I met somebody in person, they wouldn't call until a week later, and then we would talk, and it would be like, nah, we shouldn't talk anymore. But online, you gradually have a conversation, and you meet people, you know, and you meet and talk and get to know people. And sometimes people tell you the truth, and sometimes they put this, you know, fake person, you know. But like anything else, you have to read between the lines. You have to, you know, really listen to what they're saying, really do your, you know, research. So I've always met guys online. Like, the first guy I ever met online was my high school sweetheart. I didn't know he went to the same school. We never really bumped across each other until we met online, and it was AOL. We were talking on AOL. We met up in person, and we started dating. AOL back then, I don't know how old everybody is watching this video, but AOL was a group chat. And then you could do private messaging. Like you'll click on the person, a private box will come up, message them. It was cool. So now, then it was MySpace, then it was Facebook. Then it wasn't enough, you know. So I downloaded apps and they were free at the time. Like years ago, dating apps were free. They're not like now, like Match.com and eHarmony and Black Planet and I don't know what's the Latin one. I don't know. There's so many different types. I'm even out to date on that because I've been with my husband, and ever since I met my husband, that was it. No more dating apps. But I met every boyfriend, every guy online. And people are like, oh my God, don't you get weirdos? Yeah, you get weirdos. You get guys that send you their private parts out of nowhere. Like, it's supposed to impress me. I mean, I know there's a lot of perverted women out there. I've came across a lot of them, especially at work. But, you know, you have, if you're an introvert like me, you know, if you're an introvert like me, if you're a person that don't go out a lot like me, because I don't go out a lot because of work. I work rotating schedules. So I can never go to a place, you know, or go do stuff. And when I do go out, I just want to have fun. I don't want to be worried about how I look, how I eat, how I dress, you know, how my makeup is, you know, what type of shoes. Like, I'm not about that. Like, I don't want to worry about that. When I go out, I just want to go out with my friends and that's it. Like, you know, my past friends, they used to get hit on by guys because they were the chicks that would glam the fuck up. I'm like, ugh, I can't be like you. It's too much work. Too much work to put on makeup, on a full face, do your hair, put on jewelry, put on clothes, be up to date. Mind you, these women were older than me, looking like they 15, 16. Listen, if a guy wants you, a guy wants you for you. And honestly, for years, I thought of myself as, I'll never get married. I'll never have, you know, the perfect family. I'll never get married. I always said that to myself, you know, and I just ignore the whole concept, you know, and that's bad. You know, when you ignore the whole concept, you have to be open and willing to receive, because for a lot of years I was very closed, very, you know, thought very negatively about myself and people around me, and I just wanted to have fun. But then at the end of the day, I was not happy. You know, I lived alone, and people like, oh, I live alone. I lived alone too for a lot of years. I lived alone too. And even though I had so much fun, I come and go as I please, all that, I was lonely. I was sad. And people that live alone will never tell you that. They would never tell you that. Yes, they love the fact that they could be naked in their house. They could eat. They could do whatever the hell they want. Have all the company in the world. You don't have nobody nagging you. Yes, that is good. But you become lonely after a while. When I walked into my apartment, that door closed behind me and I looked in front of me and saw empty space. I was like, damn, even a cat didn't cut it. I'm like, even a cat didn't cut it. So I continued, and one night I really prayed. I was like, something gotta give. I wrote down 5 things on a piece of paper at work in the middle of the night. And I prayed and I was like, this is what I want. Because all these years, I want everything. I want to do everything. My mind is all over the place to this day. But at that moment, I was like, this is what I want. And I wrote those 5 things. Fast forward, I still was doing the online dating. All of a sudden, I had a glitch. I don't know what it was. If it was destiny, it was meant to be. But I had an app, right? One specific app. And I would go into that app. And it glitched to another app that I deleted because I wasn't getting a lot of hits on this other app. I deleted it. It glitched to the old app that I deleted. I was like, what? They're 2 different apps, 2 different companies, you know, like, how can this happen? I got off the app, refreshed, turn off, turn back on. I went into the app. It glitched again. And when it glitched, I saw one message. And I clicked on the message. And I ignored the message. Because I was like, oh my God. This guy, he's old. He's older than me. He probably got like 5-6 kids. He probably married. I don't want to deal with somebody like that. And I was stereotyping the poor man. My husband, I was stereotyping him because, one, he's Puerto Rican. He's 40 years old. And come on. At that age, they all have like tons of kids with different baby mamas. So it was a couple of weeks before Valentine's Day, and I wasn't really feeling a couple of guys I was talking to. They were around my age. So I was like, let me give them the benefit of the doubt. So we talked on the phone, and it was like we clicked. So then I met up with him, and that was it. I was sold. Like, I just felt like I had to belong to him. Like, and he was receptive, and it felt good, you know, from that moment. And that's the thing, like, he laid everything on the table. There was no cards, no, I didn't have to do a background check on him. I didn't have to do none of that. Like, everything, he laid it out on the table, and it was very impressive, you know. And I could have said no, because there's a lot of things that would be an issue. But I was like, you know what? I never had this before. So I gave it the benefit of the doubt, and it progressed. He called me. He started calling me his wife after 4 or 5 months. Then it progressed. I didn't want to introduce him to my parents until a year later. And it still progressed. They liked them, even though they were kind of like, are you sure? I'm like, listen, I've dated so many people, and it's like, you know, I met up with so many people. I dated so many people. I've spoken to a lot of people, and it's like nothing makes me feel as complete as he does. And that was it. I was sold. So then looking back, you know, as soon as I said I do, I got pregnant. What are the chances of that? Because I never got pregnant before, you know. I was thinking, I was always careful, but I was thinking in time that maybe I have an issue. But I got pregnant right away. And then Then I was looking back at old papers from work, and I came across those 5 things. And I started crying because out of those 5 things, I received 4 out of 5 things. And I was like, wow. Like, who would have thought? That night at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I don't remember what day it was, but I remember it was 2 in the morning. I was fed up, and I was like, damn. That night at 2 in the morning, and basically 4 out of my 5 wishes came true. And that's what I want to like say. You know, we have this perception on how we should be in a relationship, with who we should be in a relationship, and all that. And quite frankly, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And sometimes you have to be open and receptive and write it down, put it up, know what you want. You know, I wrote it down. I prayed that night. I wrote it down. I cried, and I put it away. And it happened. But you have to change yourself too. You have to be receptive. You have to be open. You have to look at the signs that are out there. We're humans, but we are more powerful than we give ourselves credit for. And we have to be receptive. We have to look at the signs, you know. And we got to stop ignoring and shutting everything off, because that's how you won't grow and you won't receive what you want. But anyways, I'm gonna try to finish this up, finish my drink. It's already 23 minutes. All right, till next time. Love you guys.